Most people planning a day trip from Madrid will opt to see Toledo, Segovia, or Avila. I opted to go to the ancient city of Cordoba, a city in the southern region of Andalusia. An hour-and-a-half ride by train will lead you here. Cordoba is a city of Roman, Moorish, Jewish, and Christian roots. It was originally thought to have been a Carthaginian settlement, but came under Roman rule in approximately 152 BCE. Under Roman rule, it became a large and prosperous city. Two structures remain from this period: 10 columns of its largest temple, dating from the 1st century CE, which were discovered by construction workers in the 1950s, and the Roman bridge, which was built in the 1st century BCE and was later renovated by the Moors in the 10th century CE. The Moors seized control of Spain at the start of the 8th century. Cordoba has about 30 neighborhoods and 10 districts. The Jewish quarter of Cordoba is one of the most important districts in the city. It lies approximately 10 minutes by foot from the train station. It was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. The city's Sephardic Jewish population first lived in this area of Cordoba until about 1260. Sephardic Jews are the Jews of Iberia and originated in Cordoba. Under the protection of the Islamic Umayyad dynasty, Sephardic Jewry flourished in Cordoba alongside Muslims and Christians. Cultural, artistic, and commercial Muslim activities during this time turned Cordoba into the most cultured country in Europe. This was until it was reconquered by the Christians in 1236. Though Jews were initially free to practice their religion, in 1492, Spain adopted a zero-tolerance policy for the religion. What followed this was a series of gruesome events known as the Spanish Inquisition. The Spanish Inquisition was a judicial institution established by the Catholic Church to combat heresy in Spain. In reality, it was intended to prevent the Jewish population from becoming more powerful than the Christians. Neighbors or acquaintances with an axe to grind could falsely accuse the other of being a Jew and have them brought before the tribunal to confess their alleged heresy and convert or be killed. Eventually, Jews who refused to convert were expelled from Spain, but not before thousands were burned at the stake. Although grandfather agreements and peace treaties allowed Islam to be practiced for another generation, Muslims were also forced to convert or be expelled. Between 1492 and 1610, roughly 3 million Muslims resettled in North Africa. Despite this exodus, Cordoba remains a living testimony to its Muslim past. One only need look around to see the whitewashed houses, narrow winding cobblestone streets, and high walls to see this. However, the height of Moorish architecture is best exhibited by the Great Mosque of Cordoba. It's the world's third largest, the largest in Western Europe, and took 200 hours of labor to complete. It was a pride and joy of its citizens. When Spain was captured by the Christians, it was converted to a Christian church. The ruling kings persevered in adding Christian features, though one of its commissioners, Charles V, remarked that these additions took something unique and destroyed it. Entering into the huge cavernous hall with horseshoe arches, it's impossible not to be awestruck by its grandeur. The masterpiece of this mosque for me was the ornately adorned prayer niche. Of a much less grand scale is the Cordoba Synagogue. It's one of the 3 best preserved medieval synagogues in Spain and the only preserved one in Andalusia. It was built between 1314 and 1315. It features geometric patterns and Hebrew inscription from Psalms. An atrium and prayer hall are situated on the ground floor, and a women's gallery is found upstairs. The synagogue was in continuous use until the Spanish Inquisition of 1492. Tucked within the Jewish quarter, in close proximity to the synagogue, is the Bullfighting Museum, which exhibits artifacts from 5 bullfighting caliphs, including photographs, bullfighter suits, bullfighting equipment, and paintings. To find handcrafted, unique gifts from this region, a visit to the Zoko Artisan Market is a must-see. Artisans can be seen making jewelry, hand-painted tiles, shawls, pottery, and other crafts from their stalls. Even if you're not interested in the wares for sale, the inner courtyard of the market, which features hanging flower pots, is worthy of a visit. The flower pots are reflective of the decorations gracing the patios of Cordoba, for which the city is renowned. Harkening back to its Roman and Arab traditions, the heart of the home is the courtyard. In Cordoba, residents are proud to display their green plants and decorative tiled courtyards. For 2 weeks a year in May, a festival is held in honor of these courtyards, La Fiesta de los Patios. All doors are opened and everyone is welcome to view them. If your visit doesn't align with the festival, fear not. Visitors can visit the 12 grand courtyards of Viana Palace. The palace was once the home of the Marquis of Viana. The total area of the Palace of Viana is 6,500 square meters, and over half of that is used for the courtyards. Besides the courtyards, it also exhibits a magnificent, albeit eclectic collection of art and decorative arts. There's plenty to see in Cordoba. After a long day covering quite a bit of it, I boarded the train back to Madrid. I hope you'll check back to see more about my time there. Until then, never stop exploring.